Welcome to Thank God You're Not My Child. Remember, it's a comedy podcast where I talk about whatever I want to. And yes, today we're going to talk about traditions. I know. Nobody really wants to talk about traditions. I know when I was little and I remember getting the stocking. I think the first time I remember getting my Christmas stocking from Santa was maybe 2.5, 3. And I remember the orange, the apple, the nuts, a few pieces of candy, that stuff. And every Christmas that was in that stocking. And it became a tradition because my parents did it. And it moved on to me doing it to my kids. And then, you expect your kids to do it. But we're going to talk about what happens when your kids don't do your traditions. And you know what? Fuck it. If you have a tradition that is for something you have done in your family, and all of a sudden your kids are married and have their own kids, and they're blending with another family, first of all, let's discuss that when you get married, you actually are supposed to leave your parents. Now, I'm going to back that up. You're also supposed to take care of your parents. We're not talking about that. That'll be another episode. We should always take care of our parents. Of course, my parents, I never got beat. I never had anything, really bad happen. So I'm going to take care of my parents. They took care of me when I was little. And that's something that we do. But you know what? If your kid decides to do a different tradition, it should not be the end of the world. And that was one thing that I learned when I had my kids was I tried to buy them everything I could. And it was part of that, like that. Your kids, I learned when my kids were little, my kids did not need every little cheap ass toy. They didn't need it. They didn't need every McDonald's toy. They didn't need a Matchbox car every time we went into the store, into Walmart. And, these were things that I did because, I thought this was good. And for Christmas, it was tradition to buy as much shit as I possibly could. It didn't matter if they needed it. It didn't even really matter if they wanted it. Because that's what I was raised with. I'm going to work my ass off and I'm going to buy as many presents as I fucking can buy them. And they get so much shit that they don't even really care. And I wanted things to change. So I know whenever I'm thinking maybe 2000, right as we were starting to go on cruises as a family, our first cruise, one of my chosen sisters, I'm not going to say her name because in my divorce, she didn't really stick around because, I'll just be honest, off track a little bit, but I got married when I was 19, had my son when I was 8 in high school. And when I turned 50 and got divorced, I might have been not such a good. No, I was good. Let's just stress that. I was good. But my choices were not made right, you know? And I learned the hard way. And you just have to straighten it up and just get your head out of your ass, people. We all fuck up and we all do things. I do believe I just got off on a 10-inch, a little fit right there. I guess that would be my soap shit box. I've always had a problem saying that. Soap shit box. We all have one, remember? Mm-hmm. But I can't get upset if my kids don't want to do the same things that I did when I was growing up, or that I did with them when they were little. I might make a few wisecrack like my daughter don't do Santa. What the fuck? My daughter, I did Santa even whenever we started doing cruises in 2000. We decided my kids would get 3 gifts because we're Christian and Christians, and Jesus was born. He got 3 gifts. First of all, I don't even think my kids are. I mean, Jesus got 3 fucking gifts. So my kids are supposed to get more? Yeah, so we switched things. Well, the cruise was a really big thing because it's big to go on a cruise, And so that was like one of their Christmas gifts. We gave them 3 gifts, and they got a stocking. And normally the stocking, I still want to do the apple, the oranges, but we switched it because my husband at the time, my baby daddy, his parents would give them like socks and underwear and toothpaste and stuff. And I thought that was a really good thing, because what's the best gift you've ever had? Something that's going to save you money. So, yeah. So we started that. So whenever they were getting 3 gifts, the cruise was one. The stockings, I did get around that 3 gift thing because I would fill their stocking with, like, at that time, waterproof camera, Hawaiian shirt, things for the cruise, new underwear. Okay, yes, it was kind of slipping more than 3 gifts in, but it was what I had to do, because I used to spend so much. So I switched it up and did some things different, and it was not what I was raised with. But you know what? It was fun to try to figure out. And I had fun over those years. So why am I going to harass my daughter for her finding out when she's married? They have 2 wonderful granddaughters by them. And why would I judge my son or my daughter for figuring out their traditions on their own? I mean, I can tell them this is what I would like to do. Can I be involved? And but it's their fucking family. And if they don't want to do Santa, guess what? Don't do Santa. One of the things that my daughter does do, and I think they're still doing it, is they started a tradition that they have a sleepover, like a movie on Christmas Eve, and I don't know what all they do. But I'm learning because this is something she does with her kids and her family, and I want them to have traditions that fit them. I don't want them to go, oh my God, we have to go to your mom's, we have to go to my mom's, we have to go to your grandparents, we have to go to my grandparents. Oh my gosh, I'm so stressed. What do we have to take care of? What do we have to do there? Oh, we just had a full meal. We have to. No, you see what I'm saying? One of the worst things I ever had to do was see my kids struggle on where they needed to go for a fucking holiday. It shouldn't be like that, And I'm not going to be, I decided I wasn't going to be that parent that says, but we have Thanksgiving here. Oh, but we have Christmas here. Oh, but my gosh, you don't have Santa stuff? Oh, my Lord. Are you telling me that you don't wake up at 5 a.m. on Christmas Day and have hot chocolate and make the kids wait till 9 a.m. to wake up just to see that? See, you can figure out your own shit. Traditions can be changed. And that's what it's all about. It's okay to change your tradition. I would suggest the best way that I've seen and done to change traditions is maybe try to blend them with your family. If you have a family and you're close with them, try to blend it in with what they're doing. I would say if you love your family, don't just mark everything out. I still get to do really cool things with my daughter and my son. And even though they might not do Christmas the way I raised them, you know what? They love Jesus Christ. And that's what I think we celebrate Christmas for. I know everybody, I'm a firm believer Christmas is a holiday they've almost made up because it's a big money maker. But you know what? It's what you put in on it. And I get to spend time with family. And it doesn't matter if it's not on fucking Christmas Day. What matters is I get time with them. So if my time is 2 weeks before Christmas, or how it might be this year because I'm having a new knee put in next Monday, it might even be into January because I got shit to work on my knee. I'm 6 hours away from my daughter, and I think I'm 10 hours away from my son. I'm planning a trip next summer to go see my son, me and my new husband. Um, it will be so fun. I've never been to Minnesota, so it's going to be great. I'm excited. I wish I got to see him more, but you know what? I love watching him be a granddad. I love watching him be a dad. And they'll come up with their own traditions. It's so fun. So you know what? People, if you're out there and your kids are trying to tweak their Christmas and do Christmas how you wouldn't do it, you know what? Get your head out of your ass. Enjoy your kids. Watch them be moms, dads. Watch your grandkids enjoy Christmas. Watch through their eyes. Don't think about, oh, well, that's not what I always did. Oh my God, that's not how my mother did it. Oh my God, that's how my grandmother did it. You know what? Keep the stories around. Tell them how you did things, but do the new things with them. Maybe you can talk them into doing cool things with you. Maybe some of your traditions they were like. But just remember, your kids have a family now. And if they have to tweak it, just let them. Tweak it. Love them. Sit back and watch. Because our job for our kids is to make life easier. And if coming to Thanksgiving or Christmas at your house is too much stress, something needs to change. That's just my opinion. Remember, it is a comedy podcast. And the reason it is because some of the stuff I say, you might not fucking like. And I don't care. It's my soap shit box. That is so hard to say. Can you say it 5 times? If you can say it 5 times and send me a video, I'll put it on podcast. Or audio. Yeah, that's what I need. I need to have a video to probably just, if I could put it in on my sounds, because I do have to do that now. I could have someone just send me that shit soapbox, shit soapbox, shit soapbox, shit soapbox, shit soapbox. That was 5 times, and that was very, very hard. These big old lips get in the way sometimes. Okay. So anyway, let's move on to Just Between Us. And I'm going to talk about being married to this man. I was married 32 years before, and I don't really like to talk about anything that he did because, I was never beat or anything like that. It was just a marriage that ended. But, I have noticed, that was a big, I'll edit that out. Holy shit, that was big. We'll edit all of that out. Okay. What was I saying? Okay. Being married to this man. He cannot do enough for me. He just cannot do enough for me. I will start like water on the stove for hot tea because I love me some hot tea at night. Everything has changed, and I used to have like that margarita at night to sleep better or not, but ooh, when things have had to tweak and stuff, just like traditions, I've had to tweak some shit. And so I started some water one night with some hot water, and I go back into the room and I come back out. And we live in a tiny house, and that man already had my fucking tea done in the thing and ready for me. I didn't ask him to. I didn't. And then it makes me stop to realize this is a man, and I'm not used to this. I'm just going to say I'm not used to this. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else. This is a man that doesn't step over the trash bag. In fact, if he thinks I'm taking the trash bag out, he will jump up immediately to do it because he doesn't want me to. I will be awake, laying in bed, thinking I really need to go to sleep, and I'll be laying there, and I look like I'm asleep because it's dark. And I'll notice he'll get up. Now he's hard of hearing. He's deaf. So I'll see him get up and I'll see him go to the bathroom and I'm like, okay. And before he crawls back in bed, this man will make sure my cover is over my feet and stuff. I'll lay there and watch this man make sure I'm covered before he gets in the bed. And he thinks I'm asleep. Did you know men do this? Did you? Why didn't you guys tell me men were like this? Holy hell. Holy hell. In fact, some of my issues that I've had being upset is me getting used to this. One of Samantha's cats went up on top of the mountain and they took him, and his name is Simba. And he hasn't done really well. They have a stray cat that showed up, and he hasn't done really well. And he came back down, and he came back home last night. And Lucy, if you hear little Lucy came in, my little Lucy came in. Nope. I'm sorry about the whining, but I do have a doggy. We're in a tiny house, and all of the cats and dogs come in and out as they please. So that was Lucy. So let's get back to Simba. So, of course, I mean, we have Nitro, and Nitro's whole job on this is chasing a racquetball. I do that all the time, and watching his cat. Samantha's his cat. And I've got some videos on my TikTok if you want to go see them. You got to go see it. It's crazy. He will watch that cat and will not move. He'll watch the cat sleep. So, but last night, we brought Simba back. Because, if he's not doing good up on the mountain, he didn't need to be up there. So he came back, and he's about a year old, and he's a big-ass cat. Oh, he's a big cat. But he's inside-outside cat, which is good because we don't use litter boxes. They go outside. Our cats will eat snakes, mice. We live on the mountain. These cats can come in, can be warm. Their food is warm. They can come in anytime, but they're going to take their ass out and they're going to shit outside because I don't do litter boxes. And the dogs can come in. That's why I'm still queen of the crazy house, just to let everyone know. I was queen of the crazy house for almost 30 years because of daycare. I did things that other providers didn't do, like play in the mud in the house, or 800,000 water beads in a pool for the end of the summer party. If you don't know some of the things I did, go stalk my TikTok. Message me. I still work with helping people that do preschool because I taught preschool for years out of books. If you want to know how to do it, message me. But I have a new cat pack, and it's a male cat, and he has a brother cashier, and you know how it is with 2 male cats. So it's been kind of rough. Just one night. But you know what? It's good. It's good. But I wanted to bring the cage into the bed and let him come out on his own last night. And this man of mine, he's so thoughtful. He was on it, and he did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Just between us. But everything in me was like, who the fuck has a man that just does things on his own? I'm just not used to it. So, I mean, I had to apologize for I got a little upset, a little tiffy. I don't say hurtful things when I get mad anymore. I know I used to. I know I was a Texas arguer in Texas. If you argue when you're in Texas, when I was mad at 20, I'd probably the Texas tornado was real, but I don't do it anymore. But what I had to realize was he did nothing wrong. He did everything right. And I'm just not used to having a man that covers my feet when I'm asleep, that does things that I'm doing dishes and I have to do, but I totally didn't think about it. He did it ahead of me. This man makes sure I have a charger in my car for my phone. So yeah. So if you think that traditions matter, start your own fucking traditions, people. Support your kids as they're trying. Get your head out of your ass. Remember, Thanksgiving's just another day. If you can't be with your family on that day, pick another fucking day because it's about spending time with them. Love your kids. Anyway, I think I've told you everything I know. I'm going to have to edit so much sound out of this because I have a chainsaw going in the background. We got to have some wood for tomorrow's smoking of the meat. Oh my God, I had Lucy come in. Whoo, I had some smacking happening, so it's going to take me a long time to edit this one. One-man show, baby. One-man show. I watched a new podcast getting made. Travis, what is it? Not Travis Kelce. His brother's wife's doing a podcast, and I'm sitting here going, I think it's so easy for her, is it? Because she has money. I can't imagine having money and just having people go, can you help me do this podcast and let me talk and let me do my shit and not have to worry about all this? That's okay. It's okay. I'm still a one-man show. Maybe not too many people listen, but I sure am having a fucking fun time doing it. Well, anyway, I think I've told you more than I know. Until next time. Thank God you're not my child.